How's it going? So yesterday in Adventure Quest Worlds, a brand new class came out. It's on your screen right now. It's oh wait, no, it's actually the Sovereign of Storms. It's not. It's just an upgrade version of Darkblood Storm King, and upgrade is questionable. So let's see if it's actually any good and if it's worth your time to actually farm. If you'd like to know how to get this class, I uploaded a video yesterday on that, so check that out on the channel. But it's basically just 2 reputations and about 4 hours roughly of farming, maybe a little less, more, depending on how well you do in RNG and stuff like that. But yeah, so a little bit of farming, not very RNG heavy on the farming. There's a few aspects of it, that's why I mentioned that. But yeah, so a little bit of farming and 2 reputations. Pretty simple to get the upgrade version of the class. And again, upgrade, I don't even know. I haven't tried Darkblood Storm King in a long time, so we're going to try it in this video today and compare it to the upgraded version. Not going to compare it to anything else because, I mean, it's kind of a standalone thing. So yeah, let's get into that. Alright, we made our way over to Class Hall. So just going to do very basic base enhancements for this. I feel like when you're showing off a class, probably the best way to do that. I mean, you can throw things on it, like fancy enhancements if you want, and it'll probably change up how it works and maybe do really well, maybe not do so well, but this is just the base, so we'll compare the base of Darkblood Storm King to the base of the new Sovereign class, Sovereign of Storm. Terrible name. But anyway, so we're all wizarded out with a luck and spiral on the sword. Just the sword I have, and it's 50% damage boost with Poly Roger. So that's about it for the enhancements that you need to know about. It's just all base stuff. Okay, let's start off with Darkblood Storm King. I don't know how this performs. I didn't test this off of the video or anything, so let's just see how it rolls. So I'm going to use it the same way I use the other one because, of course, we're the same class, basically. So, yeah, just going to spam the 3 into until we get enough stacks. But you're not going to get stacks because, of course, there isn't really a way of getting stacks on a multi-target. Even though this class is multi-target, it's not made for multi-target, apparently. So keep that in mind. It's not, you're not going to get stacks. As you can see, I'm not getting stacks here, even though it is a stacking class. The 2 skill here is supposed to be stacking, and then you would get more damage off your 5 skill with those stacks, but you can't do that in multi-target, even though it does have multi-target on it. So kind of a niche where it's kind of, you need a single target to boost stacks off of, but you can't gain stacks when you're farming multi-targets. So you can't really use this as a multi-target class. As you can see, the DPS is kind of reflecting that. There, it's not very high at all, and it's actually going to be very similar if we swap over to another class. So after a minute here, we're right around 3000 DPS. Probably could have squeezed a little bit more out of it if I was paying attention, but it's about what you're going to get every time with these enhancements. So let's swap over to the other class. And yes, it was at 23k PM there. That's really important for farming class. It's more important than DPS usually, but this isn't really a farming class, and we're going to figure that out. We'll do single target in a moment. Okay, we're swapped over to Sovereign Storms. Not that you could tell by the skill icons or anything on the screen, but you could tell by the text in the top left corner there. We have swapped over to the new and upgraded version of the class. So it's got the same skills. Basically, everything's about the same. Just a slightly upgraded version. So let's go with these skills and see. Same enhancements as the last class. Everything's the same. I checked, make sure the armors have the same enhancements on them. Didn't swap out any gear. It's all same old here. Just double check there if you need to. But yeah, so we're doing maybe a little bit better. It seems about the same though for this. We'll give it a minute run just to see if anything picks up, but it's not going to because you can't stack, and it's not really going to change. Now, what I think this class might be made for some of the forge enhancements, potentially. That's why it's kind of awful without them, and maybe that's why they updated it with forge enhancements in mind. Would be the idea. But if you're thinking about getting this to use it as base, or with like slightly better than base enhancements, probably not going to find much success, at least in the multi-target department. So there you can see. So it does look slightly better there after we end at about a minute, but still just 27. It's basically the same as the other one. Like no changes at all for multi-target with base enhancements at least. Okay, now back with the Darkblood Storm King, the original class. This one is more of a single target. You will get higher DPS numbers doing that at least. So let's start this off here. And then we're going to start stacking the 2s. So we use the 3 and the 2 skill here. We don't really touch the 3 at all. Reduces the damage, outgoing damage from the monster. I think if I just read that like 10 seconds ago, I'm pretty sure that's what that does, but you don't really need it, and especially on a training dummy. So you see we're getting stacks of conductive here. You have to keep the 4 up, or else you'll stop getting stacks. And then you want to use the 5 skill when you get enough of those stacks, and then it does the nuke. So, basic class mechanics. A lot of classes in the game are like that, so very easy to understand. People from stream say you should do it around 20, so that's where we'll go. And we're doing about 3,500 before the nuke, and then we nuke. Hits for quite a bit. We're up to 5,500, but nothing too crazy happening here. You can see how this would get a lot better with enhancements, of course. Something like any enhancement would help, I guess, but this is all base stuff, so you can see the base numbers, and you can extrapolate upon that with the enhancements, of course. So you see we're doing about 5,000 DPS now over the course of a fight. Probably let this go for about 2 minutes, and then we'll swap over there. So we're about 15 stacks up, 16, yeah, so you can see it's doing okay for its age, of course, considering this class came out like 2014, or I think it was 2014, a long time ago. So yeah, okay, so I don't think we're going to get much above the 56 number that we're here with these enhancements and stuff. So we'll cut it here at 145, and I'll swap over to the other class to see how different it is. All right, here we are with SOS, Sovereign of Storms. It is going to be the same as the other one. We did about 5,600. I did a run. I had to rework. Okay, anyway, but it was about 5,600 DPS in the last one. Let's see if after a minute 50, let's see if we can do a minute 50 on this one and get a better run out of it. So hopefully we can. Let's hope. Let's see. Let us see if we can. So starting at stacks again of superconductive. Let's pop those up to 20 and see. So we're already in the same range as we were with the other one, but without doing a single nuke yet, so that's a good sign. We're already over 5,000 DPS. That's really good. Spiral Carve is going to throw us off a little bit with the it proccing or not proccing, but it's not going to make that big of a difference because it does proc quite often. All right, so you can see the nuke looks a little low. Is it lower? I don't know, but the overall damage number is looking a bit better there, so that's good, but not so much. It's okay. It's quite a bit better. We're in the 8,000. So once that sun skill wears off, it's gonna drop down again until we do another nuke, and then it'll go back up. So you can see we're dropping DPS because we don't have the buff from that, and then he's okay. So not too bad. We are sitting at a higher DPS number, which is good. It would be really sad if it was similar or lower. So it is a tad bit higher. A tad. Worth the extra time farming? Probably not. But hey, you could still do this if you'd want to. And I'm sure this might have a use somewhere for something. I'm sure they didn't make the class for no reason. I'm sure it has an application. Sure you could use it somewhere. So yeah, we're at 9,000 after a minute 40, which is way higher than the 5,600 on the other class. So it is very, very much better. So we're going to start at 150 there, stop there, same place, and we're at 94 compared to the 5,600 that the other class had. So is it better? Yes. Is it worth your time to get it? Maybe, probably not. Depends on like what class you have, I guess. If you already have endgame classes that do higher DPS than this, I would probably suggest not getting this. I don't see the reason why, unless you just want to get it for fun, and that would be a good reason, I guess. But other than that, not really worth grabbing. So there's my thoughts on the SOS class. A little bit of a test here to see compared to the older class. I thought that'd be the best way of doing it instead of other classes. Like, you know how other classes perform, right? So it's not really that big a deal. Like, you can tell it. This one's like, yeah. So of course with better enhancements and stuff, that 94 is gonna go way up, probably double, triple that number. Maybe not triple, but you probably double that DPS number with the better enhancements. Like, you know, get all the dauntlesses and things. But it's not too bad of a class for what it is. It's kind of cool to see an upgrade version of an old one, but yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't think I would farm that again if I went back in time, without like making videos about it as like a, as the purpose of actually farming it. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Leave a like on it if you liked it, subscribe, all that, and let me know. Yeah, are you gonna farm this class? Have you farmed it already? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.